And welcome back, everyone. Joining us this morning, we have Carol Carr from Lake Superior Hospice. Thank you so much for joining us today, Carol.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I understand that Lake Superior Hospice has got some great numbers and great statistics behind their volunteer department.
We do. So Lake Superior Hospice is, we've been around since 1979.
Okay.
We started as an all-volunteer hospice organization, and currently we're the oldest hospice, not-for-profit hospice in the state. So,
wow.
Yeah, we have quite a history behind us, and currently we have about 80 active volunteers. Over the past year, we were awarded the Marquette County Outstanding Volunteer Program of the Year, the UP Outstanding Program of the Year, and we recently found out we are one of 5 finalists for the Governor's Service Award. So it's a pretty amazing program.
It sounds it. Now, for those who aren't familiar, I mean, there's a difference between being on the staff and being a volunteer. What kind of duties do the volunteers take care of?
Well, our volunteers do a lot of different things for us. So one thing that people may not understand is that the Centers for Medicare and Medicare Services actually mandates that 5% of our patient hours are provided by volunteers. So, so it's mandated that we have to have volunteers on our staff. And volunteers do a whole host of things for us. No, they don't do what our staff do. And I know that that can be a little intimidating. You know, we're in a healthcare organization. A lot of friendly visits. So if we have hospice patients and the caregiver just needs a break, they need to go grocery shopping, but they don't want their loved one to be home alone. You know, they may go and just sit with someone, just talk, read a book, play the piano, you know, those kinds of things. Just spend time with someone. That's kind of the biggest thing. We call that friendly visits. We have a couple of volunteers who went and built a wheelchair ramp for someone at their home. They were wheelchair bound and they couldn't leave because they didn't have a ramp, so they went and did that. We have volunteers who help out in the office, who do yard work. We have another woman, a patient who was an avid gardener, loved her gardens, but can't get out and work in her gardens anymore. And it was just absolutely painful for her to look out the window and see her gardens not attended to. So we had a couple of volunteers who went out and did gardening for her and cleaned up her gardens. And so there are a whole variety of things that our volunteers can do.
And it sounds like it's a skill set for both young and old. It's not like you have an age parameter on being a volunteer.
Not at all, not at all. We have all ages of volunteers. We have several college students, pre-med students, pre-nursing students who come in and do things for us. And you know, runs the gamut all the way up to individuals in their 80s. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Now, if a person wants to get involved, how should they get a hold of you to become, you know, a volunteer and help out?
They can call or stop by our office. We have volunteer trainings twice a year, really comprehensive volunteer trainings. But that doesn't mean that you have to wait for that volunteer training. We do orientations, you know, as people come to us and express an interest, and you can meet with our volunteer coordinator and get you started at any time.
Incredible. So if you've been thinking about making a difference for somebody out there, this might be just the thing to fit the bill for you. Contact Lake Superior Hospice and find out how you can get involved. And who knows, maybe this year, it'll be the summer of 2013, and that'll make a big difference for somebody out there.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for joining us, Carol, this morning and letting us know. And again, if you want to find out more about becoming a volunteer, just give them a call at Lake Superior Hospice.